Hello there and welcome. This is an official strategy video for Project X, a Horde guild on the Drenden server. Note that all our strategies are based on 10-man raids and differ slightly from 25-man raiding. In this video we'll be going over Instructor Razuvious, the first boss in the military or Death Knight quarter. The military quarter is the one that has patrols of Death Knights wandering around, but the entrance has no special look to it. Several of the trash pulls have AoE abilities, so be kind to your healers and only pull one at a time. Keep pulling them through the next room, through the doorway to the right, and then down the stairs. You'll come across packs of mounted Death Knights here. They do have bone armor, so it does take a bit of DPS to get them down. You will also have to kill their mounts. Go to the left and you'll see a training area. There you'll find Instructor Razuvious and two of his understudies hard at work training on test dummies. The encounter starts by having the two tanks right-click on the controlling orbs and taking control of the two understudies. Note that in the 25-man version, the orbs are not there. The instructors must be mind-controlled by two or more priests. That's not the case in the 10-man version. The reason why his understudies must be used to tank him is because he will regularly hit a plate-wearing tank for about 30,000. His abilities do over 100,000. When mind-controlled, his understudies have special abilities that allow them to tank the boss. Instructor Razuvious has approximately 3,349,000 hit points and has the following abilities. Disrupting Shout. Every 15 seconds he does an AoE that does about 4,500 physical damage on the entire raid. This cannot be avoided. Jagged Knife. About every 10 seconds randomly targets somebody in the raid. Does about 5k physical damage and applies a bleed effect that does an additional 10k over 5 seconds. This can be avoided by standing out of his line of sight, but usually we choose to just heal through it. Unbalancing Strike. Inflicts 350% weapon damage and leaves the target unbalanced, reducing their defense skill by 100 for 6 seconds. This will hit for approximately 100,000, hence the understudies. The Death Knight understudies will tank the boss. At least one always has to be mind-controlled at all times. Healers will need to heal them with their biggest heals throughout the fight. When mind-controlled, the understudies have the following abilities. Blood Strike, which is an instant attack that inflicts 50% weapon damage to an enemy target, has a 4-second cooldown. This will be the number 4 on your hotbar. Taunt. Taunts the target to attack you, 20-second cooldown. This will be number 5 on your hotbar. Bone Barrier. This is the key to tanking Razuvious. This reduces the damage taken by 75% for 20 seconds. Death Knight understudies should only tank with this up. This has a 30-second cooldown, and this will be number 6 on your hotbar. The key to this fight is properly controlling the understudies and getting into a good tanking rotation. Once the understudies are controlled, they will aggro the boss. The first tank must immediately apply Bone Armor, which is number 6, followed by Taunt, which is number 5. To keep aggro, use Blood Strike, which is number 4. Bone Armor only lasts for 20 seconds, so about every 15 seconds, or halfway through the cooldown, call out to the other tank to use Bone Armor and then Taunt. The tanks must use Bone Armor first and then Taunt. The understudies can take a couple hits without Bone Armor, but it's best not to test it. The Mind Control is a channel that lasts for 1 minute. To ensure that this does not break while tanking Razuvious, every second time the tank taunts, he'll release the understudy and re-mind control him by clicking on the controlling orb again. Do not use the Leave Vehicle button. Instead, right-click on the portrait of the understudy, which will appear as a pet, and select Dismiss. There are also macros that you can use to do this for you. I'll post them on the Project X forums, and you can also get them at wowwiki.com. Try to tank him in the back of the room furthest away from the controlling orbs so that when they do break mind control, you have time to recontrol them without them hitting you. So if you're tanking, you'll use Bone Armor, you'll taunt, You'll call out to the other tank after 15 seconds, wait for the other tank to call out to you to taunt, then use bone armor and taunt again. Then after 15 seconds, call out to have the other tank taunt, dismiss the mind control, right-click on the orb, and then repeat. There are also several other macros that make this fight considerably easier. I'll also post those on the Project X forums, and they can also be gotten from several other strategy websites. This fight is all about your tanks and properly rotating the bone armor and taunt. There will be a moderate amount of AoE damage to the group, and you'll have to heal whoever gets the jagged knife. If you have a rotation down, this fight is yours. Once Razuvious is down, release one of the understudies and kill it. To make things easier, taunt him with the remaining controlled understudy and don't heal any of them. Once the first one is down, release the second and have the tank pick him up immediately and burn him down. And there they go. Thank you for watching.